Today we will do the poem Imagination, which is written by George Bernard Shaw. It is given on page number 111 of your main course book. Children, now let us read the poem first. George Bernard Shaw. I used to play at pirates and sailed the seven seas. Then I was a cowboy. These simple things did me please. I had a vivid imagination. Adventure was always on my mind. I discovered the joys of reading and escaped the daily grind. Once I lived with the Eskimos on the land of ice and snow. Went hunting and fishing. My fantasy was all aglow. I read a book of Jules Verne and went off to the moon. And it was just to take a look, then it was time to return. I spent time in the forests of Africa with Dr. Livingstone as my guide. Then off again to America. With Huckleberry Finn I did hide. In my world of fantasy and imagination, I performed such wonderful deeds. A hero of all the nations, it was the one that did succeed. Then I grew up, my childish world at an end. I had become serious and it drove me around the bend. I still do like the mysterious. This is the message I'm trying to send. This is the message I'm trying to send by George Bernard Shaw. Children, in the poem Imagination, George Bernard Shaw, the poet, reminisces his boyhood days when he would play different games acting as pirates or cowboys. He read adventurous books which helped him to forget the daily burden. He recalls his fantasy could be translated in his exploring the poles and living with the Eskimos. Reading Jules Verne's science fiction took him to the moon, and Dr. Livingstone was his guide during his trip to Africa and then to America, where he hides with Huckleberry Finn. Childhood fantasy and imagination gave him a chance to be the hero of all nations. After growing up, he cherishes his world as a child. Though he has turned serious, he still likes to be mysterious. It's a wonderful poem, children, about how much a child can imagine. Children, now let's take a look at the wonderful fantasies of George Bernard Shaw. I hope you enjoyed the wonderful trip of the fantasy world of George Bernard Shaw. Now, you read the poem carefully, try to understand it, and your teachers will explain the poem in detail in the Zoom class. Till then, bye. Have a nice day.